Hi, boys and girls. Good to see you again. Hey, I've got another exciting story from you right out of God's Word. The Bible, remember that? The Bible? Do you have a Bible? Can you take a picture of it and maybe show me in the comments? That would be awesome. This is my little Bible. I love reading stories from my Bible. And I've got an exciting story today to tell you from the Bible about some people that were, they were slaves. They were having to do work for somebody else. And it wasn't their people. They were doing slaves for the people that built the, what were those things called? Pyramids? Have you ever seen one of those pyramids on TV or on a picture or something? Pyramids. They had to build those things from the very bottom to the very top, and they were huge. They were so big it took them hundreds of years to build the pyramids. Well, they were building those for people that were not very nice to them. People that whipped them with a whip, like Indiana Jones, kapow, right across their back. People that made it hard for them to work. They didn't give them enough food, and they kept things from them. They even separated their families. It was a bad time. It was called captivity. When they were in captivity, God's people were sad. And they were crying out for a leader. They needed somebody to help them. God gave them such a man, and his name was Moses. Some of you have heard this story before. And we're going to start with Moses when he brings the people out of the land of Egypt. So I'm going to read just a little bit here, and you guys listen along with me. And it says in God's Word, "And Moses said to the people, 'Fear not.'" We've heard that before, haven't we? Don't be afraid. "Stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall never see again." The Egyptians, that's the people that were holding them hostage. And they came up to this Red Sea. It was this great huge body of water that they had to get across. But the Egyptians were coming behind, and they needed to go across. But the Egyptians were coming behind, and they were getting closer and closer and closer. And Moses said, "Stand firm and see what God's going to do." And Moses raised up his arms, and God made the water go whoop on each side and made a pathway right through the middle of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel, they went across on the other side. And when the Egyptians saw it, we're going to follow. They came into the sea and they were chasing them. And you know what God did? He let go of the waters and splash! They never saw those Egyptians again. God saved his people. God's true to his word. And when he says he's going to do something, he will. I'm so thankful that you were here today and you got to learn about the children of Israel and how they escaped captivity. Next week, we're going to talk about some things that happened after they got out there on the other side of the Red Sea. Have a good week. I think you might start school again next week. Bye.